Jonathan Schrager at SecondsOut, joined by Tony Sims, trainer of Anthony Joshua, who's just won impressively again. How do you assess it, Tony?
Yeah, you know, it was a good performance against a good campaign in a Michael Spot. It was the right fight at the right time for Anthony. You know, Michael Spot's a really experienced fighter, you know, two-time British champion, and he's fought a lot of top fighters in the world. So it was the right fight for Joshua at this stage, but as you saw tonight, he's just blowing them opponents away. Yeah. So obviously the whole team are trying to develop him.
Yeah.
And sooner or later he does need to do the rounds, you know, before he steps up in class. But what person's going to take it in rounds, you know, we'll see.
I was going to say, I mean, it must be so hard to pitch the level now because he's fought the likes of Baktov and Ustinov, and you know they didn't last too long. You know, who can give him rounds before you can put him in there with real elite fighters? I mean, the obvious name for the UK fighters that people are bandying around, obviously, for next year.
Yeah.
I mean, what level do you want to pitch him at now? As his trainer,
you know, he's got to step up to. He's got to step up a little bit on his next fight. You know, we're looking at an American at the moment. To be an American that can maybe take him quite a few rounds. So you just have to see. It's hard to say because he hits so hard and he's so fast. Anyone he connects with, you know, he can get a man there within seconds. So it's quite difficult, really. And he's saying that we don't want to push him in too far in the deep end. You know?
And I mean, I was speaking to Darren Barkey the other day, and he said he's seen Anthony do things in the gym that middleweights can't do. I mean, like, and he believes he'll go on to be the flag bearer for British boxing now, Anthony. Do you think, you know, I mean, obviously we know how good the prospect is, and we all hope he goes on to fulfil his potential. Do you believe he will go on to realise that potential?
Yeah, we hope so. None of us has got a crystal ball. We can't all see into the future, but you know, he's developing into a fantastic fighter at the moment. And, you know, he's doing all the right things, saying all the right things. You know, he's great to have a British heavyweight. You know, with his speed and power, and you know. And also his charisma as well, you know, his personality, people just really love him, you know, he's an Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist and people love him, and I think, you know, the boxing public in Britain are really taking to him everywhere he goes now, he's already like a superstar over here, and you know, the way he's going, you know, you've got to say that he's the next big thing coming out of Great Britain, you know, he's a fantastic person as well, and you know, we're all looking forward to his journey, you know.
And do you think, I mean, obviously it's been well documented recently, people like Tyson Fury sort of mentioning his name and stuff, obviously that's testament to how fast Anthony's progressing and how impressive he looks, but do you think there's an element of fighters now using his name to get a bit more publicity?
Well, yeah, of course, you know, he's creating a lot of publicity around him, and people will call out his name, but as I say, as a team we've got to develop in the right way. You know, we've got to take each opponent who we think's the right opponent at this stage of the career, and you know, we'll just see how he goes fight by fight, but you know, he's an exciting prospect, and as I said earlier, all Britain are behind him, and you know, we're all looking forward to his journey.
And does it bother him when these people mention his name? Obviously Tyson Fury and Fast Eddie Chambers obviously recently sort of mentioned him. I think he did an interview the other day with Michelle Joy Phelps where he sort of said that, I don't know if he expressed frustration, but he certainly referred to the fact that they'd mentioned him. He's a cool customer obviously, but does it bother him, or does he sort of wore off a duck's back?
Not really, he's just, he knows he's quite a sensible person, he knows he's got to develop first before he fights them sort of fighters. You know, they're experienced fighters now, you know, Tyson Fury and David Price, and he's got to get to that level, you know, and we've got to get the right opponents to develop him to that level, so, you know, it's exciting, he's very exciting at the moment, but you know, we'll see when he gets to that stage and when he's ready, and then we'll sit down and talk about him sort of fight.
Yeah, and like you say, you've not got a crystal ball, you can't project into the future, but feasibly, you know, Eddie was talking maybe the back end of next year we could see some big UK domestic, you know, heavyweight fights with Anthony and the likes, Tyson, Fury, Derek Chisora potentially. Feasibly, do you think within the next 6, 9, 12 months that's realistic?
Who knows? We just got to see how he develops. Fight by fight, we'll keep looking at him, and you know, we'll keep doing it. We keep him in the gym. We keep learning in the gym. Keep getting him good sparring, and you know, he's a young man. He's just turned 25, so we'll just keep developing and see how he progresses. And I'm sure them big fights will happen in this country.
Lovely. Well, obviously appreciate the time, Tony, and congratulations.
Thanks very much. Thank you.